Chlorette, the new chlorophyll chewing gum that makes breath kissing sweet, presents Rocky King, Detective, starring Roscoe Karns as Chief of Homicide of the Metropolitan Police Force in an exciting adventure in crime. Tonight's story, Murder Scores a Knockout.
This is a great trick, too. My assistant appears in this trunk immediately after I put her behind the screen. Oh, thanks. I drink it. We don't open until tomorrow night.
Hi, Miss Master. Care for some tea?
No, thank you. I'll wait for dinner. Won't be long, will it?
No, just about an hour.
Well, I'll be ready for it.
Well, that's not so unusual, is it? You know where I want to be.
All right, but just don't come in here unless you're invited. Why did you go help your star? We open tomorrow night, you know.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just the last one you'll want to see.
Well, you're still his agent, so act like one. Go see how he's getting along with that new trick he's been working on.
Well, why not? We sure need it. No matter how bad it is, it'll certainly be an improvement. You better call the cops. He's dead.
Summertime, you're for me. I wear less clothes and I feel so free.
Yeah, but just keep the door locked, that's all.
Oh, fiddly-dee, what's the difference? People have seen girls in their bathing suits before.
Yeah, but not exactly like that. You shortchange yourself a little bit.
Oh, this isn't all of it.
No.
I wear a skirt over the lower part until just before I approach the water.
Yeah, well, that'll help some, but you ought to have something up here a little more prominent.
Oh, dear, you're so old-fashioned. You haven't kept up with the new styles at all. Junior liked it just as it is. He said I looked like the girl in that reducing ad.
You mean the picture of the one before taking? Mabel, you're out of your mind, but I love you just the same. Go ahead and wear it. What's the difference? It might keep me awake. Say, how's our son getting along with his new job?
Oh, fine. He's been promoted, he thinks.
Yeah?
Mr. Murphy doesn't have him delivering the groceries anymore. He just takes the orders on the phone.
Well, that's better than driving that truck.
Yes, I know. But Junior says some of the orders he's taken have completely confused him. That a lot of people call and ask for $2 worth of something or other. Then they tell him to put it in his nose.
In his nose? Did he say in or on?
He said in, but I think he means on. Do you think Mr. Murphy could be a bookie?
Oh, no, that's ridiculous. He's had that grocery store for years.
I know he has, and to my knowledge, he's never been in jail. But how do you to account for this order Junior got yesterday. That somebody wanted $20 worth of Lady Delights on the 5th.
On. Did she on or in?
He said on.
Yeah.
And the 5th of the month was yesterday. And Junior just can't understand why anybody in this neighborhood would want so many cookies all at one time.
Well, did he speak to Mr. Murphy about it?
Yes, and he told him to forget it, that he'd take care of everything. It looks suspicious, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Oh, but I can't believe that Murphy's a bookie. Oh, no. He might take a few bets phoned in by some of the sports around there. There's always somebody like that in the neighborhood. But that's just as bad. They'll pick him up, sure.
Oh, well, it isn't Junior's fault. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's in a mental haze right now, trying to figure out what kind of food people are eating these days.
Can you imagine Murphy thinking he can get away with a thing like that? You get Junior out of there right away.
Oh, yes, I will. But I'll have to do it diplomatically. I'm very friendly with his wife.
Well, I don't care how you do it, Mabel. Just get him out of there. You know, he's going to find out about those horses soon enough. Hello, Inspector King.
Good morning, Inspector. Captain Murray called you yet, sir?
No, he didn't. What does he want?
Well, he wants to tell you about that case he was on last night.
Well, I don't know anything about it. What is it?
A man was found dead over in that actor's boarding house over on Delaney Street, sir.
Yes, who was it?
A magician. He calls himself Lionel the Great. Now, he evidently died of some kind of poison. We don't know what it is yet because the lab's report hasn't come back.
Yeah, well, how'd he get it?
Drank it from a glass of whiskey.
Well, any prints on the glass?
Yeah, the dead man, plus a couple of others, but they were too smudged to make out, Inspector. But anyway, here's the funny thing. The entire room was ransacked. But the dead man had a wallet on him containing over $1,000 that was not touched.
Well, then they were certainly after something else.
Yeah, that's what Captain Murray seems to think. That's why he wants you to come over to take a look at it.
All right, what's that address on Delaney Street?
1460, sir. Now, I've sent Gahagan over to pick you up. He should be there now.
All right, see you in a little while.
Where do you have to go, dear?
Over to some actor's boarding house. A magician made himself disappear. Now, look, Mabel, I'm serious about getting Junior out of that store. You know, we got a drive-on bookies in the department, and they're picking up everybody, and they're sure to trace some of those calls.
Well, they can't do anything to Junior. He's just been answering the telephone.
Yes, I know, but the newspapers can do an awful lot to me if they find my son there. Can you imagine the headlines?
Oh, wouldn't that be awful? Inspector King's son arrested as a bookie. Oh, I'll go up there right now.
Yeah, but don't go like that, because you might make the headlines first. You know, after all, that is a little tricky. There's Gahagan outside here. I'll have to go now. Just get him out of there as fast as you can. And I think I'll get home early tonight. Goodbye, dear.
Miss Marston, how long had you been with Lionel?
Oh, several years. But I still don't know why anyone would want to kill her.
Is there any objection why she can't wait in her room?
No, not at all. Just don't leave the house, that's all.
Oh, Inspector, you having trouble finding it? No, Gahagan came right to it. He knows every street in town. Those people got anything to do with the act?
Yeah, that's Pete Boland. He's the dead man's agent. The young lady, her name is Marston, sir. She's been with the magician for several years.
Yeah?
She was very broken up about his death, so I told her to go up and wait in the room.
Well, that's all right, I guess. Captain Murray got some men here?
You bet, the whole squad.
Who do I talk to first?
Landlord. He's in there.
Mr. Starkey, this is Inspector King.
How do you do?
This is terrible, Inspector. I've always run a respectable establishment.
That's all right. Don't get excited about it. Murder happens in the unexpected place. You never can tell where. And it is murder, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Well, that's what the police seem to think. How many rooms you got here, Mr. Starkey?
7.
Are they all rented?
Oh, there's been nobody in the place but this vaudeville act for the past month.
Well, then things haven't been too good for you, have they? You mean this vaudeville troupe's been here for a month?
No, only a week. They came in from Cleveland. They opened at the Central Theater tonight.
Did you notice any strangers around here yesterday?
No,
Yeah? Well, what's your ideas on this? Have you got any?
not on who killed them. But I can tell you some things that may help you. Now, you get to overhear a lot in the rooming house.
Yeah, what'd you hear?
Oh, nothing important.
Well, now let me be the judge of that. You just go right ahead and talk.
Well, Boland and Lionel argued about the girl. Lionel said he was going to get another agent if Boland didn't keep away from her.
Meaning they were both in love with her, huh?
Well, yes, that's about it.
Well, that's a pretty good start. There's always a girl mixed up in it somewhere. I'll tell you what you do, Mrs. Starkey. You wait right here. I want to talk to you again. Come on, Lane.
Yes, sir. Sure. I knew he had it. And so did our landlord. Hey, wait a minute. You knew about it, too.
Me? Hey, you're out of your mind.
Wait a minute. It's the cops. Well, be careful.
you, Miss Marstead? I'm Inspector King, Police Headquarters. You think you can answer some questions? Now, sit right down. When's the last time you saw your boss alive?
Yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, were you here all day?
No, I went out shopping for a while.
Did you buy anything?
Oh, yeah, the slippers in that box.
Were you gone long?
Oh, I guess about 45 minutes.
How about you, Mr. What's his name, Lane? Boland. How about you, Mr. Boland?
Oh, I was here all right, but I didn't talk to Lionel until she came and asked me to go and see him about some new business we were going to put in the act. And I went to his room, and he was dead on the floor.
He was dead, huh? Understanding he was in Cleveland before he came here.
That's right, I was there, too.
You were, huh? Well, do you usually travel with him all the time as his agent?
No. Figured that's the right thing to do. I've been traveling with him for the last year.
Yes, how about your other work?
Lionel was my work.
Oh, I see. Don't you have other clients, too?
Not anymore. Gave them all up.
Was Lionel that big an attraction?
No, but it didn't make any difference. I did it because I wanted to be with Viola.
Oh, I see.
No, you don't. She needed my protection.
Yeah? About what?
Protection from him.
From him, really? What do you got to say, miss?
Well, Lionel said he loved me, Inspector, and I guess he really did. But he was terribly jealous. He threatened to kill me if I so much as looked at another man.
Well, that made it pretty tough on you, didn't he, huh? I understand he tried to fire you most of the time.
Oh, you found out about that. Well, he did try to fire me. At least once every week.
How long you worked for him?
3 years.
And he tried to fire you at least 156 times, didn't he? Wonder why he didn't do it. Just one question, Miss Marstead. When Mr. Boland left the room to go to Lionel's, did you go with him?
No, not until Pete called me.
I see. Well, Lane, guess we better take a look at that room.
Okay, so hey, there's nothing in here but a pair of slippers.
Well, that's what the lady said. What'd you expect to find? Why are you always so inquisitive? All right, shut up. Leave him alone, Lane. Put on the lights. It's dark in here.
I'm sorry, Inspector. It was a mistake.
Yeah, a big one as far as I'm concerned.
But you don't understand. I thought I heard somebody here that may have something to do with the murder, so I was going to try to hold him for you.
Well, that's very nice of you indeed, but we don't need you doing that. Look, if you want to stop playing detective, you might get yourself hurt. Bring him over to Gallagher so I know where he is.
Oh, but...
Hey, Gallagher, come on in here a minute, will you?
No, I'm going to ask you to tell the same story and see if you can do it the same way.
Yes, Sergeant.
Put this guy somewhere. He's been wandering around too much.
Didn't do anything.
Muscles.
I wonder if that fat guy thinks I believe him. Must be part of their equipment, Lane. Something inside of here somewhere. Trick is to get this thing off, I say.
In the bottom here?
No, right here. No trick at all. Just unscrew it. Wait a minute. This is a good trick if they're real.
Holy smoke, this must be what the killer was after.
Yes, and Starkey, too. You know, Lane, this case is beginning to make some sense. All right, get some of Captain Murray's men. We'll search this place from attic to cellar.
All right, sir.
Careful what you say, my friend. The cops are right across the hall.
Don't friend me. Lionel was hauled up here because he was doing business with you, and you know it.
My business is renting rooms, that's all.
Don't give me that. I know what it was all about. I was his partner, and I want my share of that diamond necklace you stole.
I haven't got it.
The cops are searching the whole place.
All right. Let them.
Nothing in here. We're right back where we started from.
Hey, wait a minute, Inspector. I think I found something. It's a drawer here.
Yeah.
Seems to have a false bottom in it. Yeah, it does. Feels like a box of some kind. Wait a minute. There we are. Nothing else here, sir.
Nothing else at all. Wait a minute. This should be enough. Take a look at this stuff right here.
Wow! Those are worth more than a necklace.
Sir. We won't say anything about the necklace, Lane. Just this stuff here. Now, we certainly got something to work on. Come on. I want you to take a look at that fat guy's face when I show him this.
Oh, bother the bird. You'll get them all excited.
Well, Mike, you look. What a happy little group we got here. Get over there, Starkey. Giving you any trouble, Gallagher?
No, sir.
Starkey, come here just a minute. I want you to see something you might like to look at here. You ever see any of this stuff before? Get your hands out of there.
Yes, of course. It's mine.
Yours? Where'd you get them?
Oh, I bought them.
When?
Oh, over the past year.
Who'd you buy them from?
Boarders, actors who stayed here and were down on the luck. They traded their valuables to me for ready cash.
Must have had a lot of wealthy actors around here. Did Mr. Starkey make you that kind of proposition, too? I mean, Mr. Lionel. What's his name?
Lionel had steady work all year round, Inspector. He didn't have a reason to hawk anything.
Yeah, where'd he work mostly?
On the road.
Suppose you get me a list of the places he played in the last year.
Well, okay, you'll find out easy enough anyway.
I know I will. Suppose you help me out with a go with him, Lane.
Right, come on, Bolden, let's go.
You know, I hate to be so rough on you people, but I have to. This is a murder case. However, if either of you'd like to go uptown or for a little while, it's all right if you just tell Officer Gallagher here. Just tell him where you'll be. Gallagher, come out here a minute. I want to talk to you.
Yes.
Now listen, if these people want to go, let them, but see that they're followed. The purpose of that is they may bring somebody back here with them. Or we may run into something that's a murder case, and that's what we're out to solve. Now just remember that, will you?
Yes, sir.
Get that list, Lane?
Yeah, here it is, sir.
All right, come on, let's get back to the office.
Okay, Starkey. That necklace wasn't among the jewels the cops found. Now, what'd you do with it?
I'm tired of your talking, Bolden. You just be careful of what you say.
Why, you... Remember this. The cops don't know about the necklace, but they will know if you don't divvy up. Now, just think about it.
Care to join me, Miss Monster?
Yes, thanks. Don't mind if I do.
Well, I'll get you another cup. Hey, what are you doing? Keep away from there.
Just pouring your tea.
I'll do it myself. I'm not taking any chance.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Your boss was killed last night by a poison drink. And I'm not going to be next.
Raddick,
Yes, sir?
get the lab for me.
Right, sir. Right away.
Inspector King, homicide.
Hello, dear.
Oh, hello, Mabel.
Where have you been? I've been trying to get you for hours.
Well, I've been busy. What's the matter? What happened?
Junior and I have been arrested.
Arrested? What for?
Well, I went up to the grocery store and called Junior outside, and I told him you didn't want him to work there anymore because Mr. Murphy played with horses.
Yes. What'd he say?
Well, he said he didn't see anything wrong with that. He liked horses, too.
Oh, stop talking so silly. What happened?
Well, I finally explained to him about the bookie business, and he said he'd quit, but that he had 2 weeks' pay coming, and he wanted to get it.
Well, that was right.
So we went back into the store, and Junior said, "Come on, Mr. Murphy, pay off."
I don't think you should have said that.
No, because just then 2 policemen grabbed us and said, "You're under arrest."
Yeah, well, did you give me your right name?
Yes, Mrs. Mabel King.
Well, that's your name, all right.
I know it. I couldn't think fast enough. But they let us go on our own recognizance. Does that mean I'll have to appear in court?
No. I'll take care of everything, dear. Now, you just go home and stay there and, while you're safe. After all, it isn't your fault entirely. I'll call you a little later on. That girl's always getting into some kind of trouble. Vladek?
Yes, sir.
Get Lieutenant Dixon. He's on that bookie parade.
Right away.
All right, Lane. What'd they say?
Well, here we are, Inspector. We've got over $60,000 worth of jewelry right there.
All
All
right.
right?
That's it, yeah.
Now, the necklace is worth $20,000 alone. So I got a list of all the big jewel robberies over the country for the past year, plus some of the photographs of the more important stuff. There it is. Now, here, this one right in particular, Inspector, is very, very similar to that stolen necklace. Now, all the data's on the back of it.
Right on the back of it here. Stolen May 23rd from Chicago, Mrs. K. Ellis. 1419 Piedmont Street, value $21,000. Say, where's that list of the places they played in the last year?
Put it in your pocket.
Did I? Oh, yes. Yeah, I guess this is it right here. Now, wait a minute. Let's match this thing up. Your list is right here.
That's the
May 23rd. May 20... Yep. Lionel was in Chicago, all right. Say, we better start finding out Lionel's real name. Well, that takes care of that. Now, let's see if we can match the rest of the stuff here. Inspector King, homicide. Oh, yes. Yeah, Joe, look, I want a little more information on that stuff you found in the glass besides the whiskey. Well, what? Chloral hydrate, I know that, yes, but well, what is it? It's chlorine, alcohol, and water, yeah? Well, can anybody mix it? Well, does it have any special smell or odor? It does, huh? All right, thanks very much, Joe.
You know, if I remember my chemistry, that stuff has an awful bitter smell.
Yes, it has. So a bitter smell and a smell and a taste, too. You can smell it for miles, Joe says.
Well, how come this guy didn't smell it before he drank it?
Well, I don't know, in a glass of whiskey. You know, you don't linger over a glass of whiskey. You gulp it right down. Let's see the rest of this list here.
Inspector, tell me, since Starkey said this was his, how come we found it in Lionel's room?
Well, I don't know. We'll have to ask him. When I get... Oh, wait a minute. Look at this here. Here's something that matches this thing we got right here. Stolen February 9th, St. Louis.
Not asleep.
Huh? Looks like that's all we can match, sir.
Yeah, just look at this list, Lane. You know there's been a robbery in every city that they played.
Well, do we pick him up now?
No, we could, all right. I'm going to let him run loose for a while. After all, we're on a murder case, and that's the important thing. Inspector King, homicide. Yes, Gallagher. What? Oh, how is he? All right, we'll be right over.
What happened?
Somebody just gave Starkey some knockout drops.
Is he dead?
Gallagher doesn't know.
Well, that just leaves the agent and the girl.
I don't know. I can tell you better when we get there. Come on, we'll take some men with us. How do you feel, Starkey?
I don't know.
I think I do. You know, I've had a little experience with this stuff. Yeah. How about that jewelry, huh?
I told you.
Yeah, I know that you bought it. You know, we found that necklace in the magician's trunk. Stolen property, you know that. It's worth $60,000. Where'd you get that kind of money?
Oh.
Certainly not from running this second-class boarding house.
Well, I made a lot of money on Wall Street.
Sure. A lot of money in stolen jewelry, too. You know something? I think you're a front for a lot of jewel thieves.
Well, that doesn't prove I had anything to do with this murder.
No, but it's a pretty good reason for it.
It sure is. He wanted that jewelry without paying off. That necklace.
What necklace?
Well, Lionel, he had a necklace.
Is this it?
Well, I don't know.
How did you know anything about it, doll?
Because he was in on it with them. That's how he knew.
Wait a minute, so keep him out of here. You know about this too, miss?
Yes. Lionel offered it to me as a gift when we were in Cleveland. I didn't take it.
Why didn't you take it? Is love worth a lot of money?
Because I didn't like the favors that went with it.
Did you see your boss when you came home from shopping yesterday?
No, I didn't.
She's lying,
How do
Inspector.
you know?
Because she tried to kill me just the way she killed him. Put knockout drops in my tea.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Sky. Here, wait a minute. Come here, sit down. Just take it easy. Sit right down here. Something I'm through fooling with you. Nobody gave you any knockout drops. That's just a big act you're putting on to try and make us believe that the killer's striking again.
You're crazy.
No, I'm not crazy, but you are. If you think you can get away with it. You know about that jewelry. You and Lionel have been partners for years. Oh, yes, these people were in it, too. And they had a great act. They made jewelry disappear in every city in the United States of America. But you wanted to double-cross everybody. Put the blame on them. I don't think you meant to kill him. But when you gave him too much, and you did, you got scared. And you called the police. Well, have you got enough, Starkey?
Quit enough! Don't move! Stay back, everybody! Don't move! Stay back, I tell you!
All right, stay right here, Lane. Look out.
Drop that gun!
Steady, Lane.
All right, he's hurt pretty bad. His right stomach.
All right, I'll get you an ambulance. Bring these people in.
You just stay right where you are. We're going to check on you. You'll probably get light for this.
Hey, Boom. Yes, case closed. I'm coming home. What, dear? Yes, we got him. Oh, no, you'll be all right, honey. We're going to have a little trouble, though. Yes, we'll probably have to take to the Supreme Court. Yes, a couple of questions I want to ask you about it. Did you ever make a bet of Mr. Murphy? All right, dear. I'll be right home. Wonderful girl, that Mabel.
Original music composed and played by Jack Ward. Tune in again next week for another exciting adventure of Rocky King, Detective, starring Roscoe Karns as Rocky King. Rocky King Detective is brought to you by Chlorette, the new chlorophyll chewing gum that makes breath kissing sweet. Ken Roberts.